Okay, welcome back. And here we are at Kenosha Community Media, talking to our friends in our neighborhood in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And a very popular guy here in Kenosha who does just a lot of work here and volunteers as well. Mr. Kevin Ervin, owner and operator of Frank Steiner, and is also on the Kenosha Downtown Inc. and the tourism board. And well, let's hear all about it, Kevin. Nice to see you. What are you?
Hi, Jason.
What are you involved in, Kenosha?
So a couple things, mostly around downtown. So like you said, I'm in Downtown Kenosha Inc. I'm a past president of that, but I'm still an active board member. I'm on the business improvement district for downtown, which is kind of like the money funding end of Downtown Kenosha Inc. And also on the tourism board of directors.
Well, let's talk about Frank Steiner, which is, again,
Okay.
it's tourism and downtown Kenosha connected together, a lot of history. Those who don't know about Frank Steiner, what is it?
So Frank Steiner is the longest continuing running diner in the United States and probably in the world, because there's not a lot of diners, say like in Timbuktu or Thailand. And so it's probably the longest continuing diner in the world. It started in 1926 and has been working, always had an owner and has been working ever since.
And how did you get involved with Frank Steiner then?
Through a couple bottles of wine. We were friends with the previous owners, Chris Schwartz and Lynn Grollo. They had bought it from Don Franks, who was the last Franks family member to own it. And they were looking to do something else. And we were regulars and friends of theirs, and they thought we fit the personality of the diner. So they, over a couple bottles of wine one night, we decided, it would be a good fit. And we ended up buying it, and it'll be 10 years in December. So it's been going well.
There's always been some connected with Kenosha Community Media or Channel 21, Channel 14. And I believe you were on the Dr. Destruction Scripts of Theater show. What character?
Yes. I was Wolfgang von Screwball. I was a co-student of Dr. Destruction back in the day, and I was on there for a while. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. I enjoy that genre of horror movies and B movies and the whole horror host thing. I think it's fun. And yeah.
Well, the reason I'd also bring that up, there's a lot of creativity on that show and other shows, but definitely it stems back from when I was growing up with the WGN, a lot of those local shows, which I know you have interest in as well. Why were those shows so special back in the WGN days?
I think you hit it right on the head. I think because they were so creative. They had to be creative on a limited budget, so they had to come up with ways to get the interest of the kids and make it fun, make it entertaining. They a lot of them bought these cartoon packages that were sold by syndicators, and so they needed a vehicle to show those cartoons, and so they would come up with hosts, and puppets were easy. You paid one puppeteer, he would do 5 or 6 puppets. So it was cheaper, stuff like that. And it was a golden age for kids television. Every host, every town had, Cowboy Bob or something like that showing. There's just a love of that stuff because it's a nostalgia, but it's a simpler time. But it was also, like you said, very creative. The different puppets, and a lot of these guys could draw, so they would bring art into their shows and things like that. So it was, and games, get the kids involved, so win a prize, stuff like that. So yeah, fun stuff.
No, the nice thing about living in Kenosha is that we got Milwaukee and Chicago, and I believe there's in Chicago a museum of international broadcasting. It may have some. Have you been there?
I've been there. I've been involved with it. It's the Museum of Broadcast Communication, and it's right next to Marina Towers in Chicago. Great place. They got a lot of history of Chicago broadcasting. A lot of people don't realize that Chicago was a hub of television at that time. A lot of innovative new programming was coming out of Chicago at the dawn of television. Shows like Kukla, Fran and Ollie were invented there. Other things of that nature. Studs Place, Studs Terkel had a show that was world renowned. A lot of innovations and stuff coming out of Chicago at the time. So the museum is there. It honors that stuff. It's got a lot of great displays. They also have a whole section near and dear to my heart, which is the kids' television show stuff with Bozo and Garfield Goose and Cartoon Town, BJ Dirty Dragon, that kind of stuff, and Svengoolie. I love that stuff. It's there. A lot of the artifacts that you can go see, and they're one-of-a-kind artifacts, and they're only there, So it's cool to go visit it.
I'll definitely have to check that out. And I think I saw on your Facebook page, did you meet Bill Jackson from Gable Hotel?
I did meet Bill Jackson. I had that honor, and I got to meet Bill, and he's one of the greatest guys I've ever met. Sweet, sweet man. But he waited at the end of the show and met and greeted each and every one of them, shook their hands, talked, autographs, took pictures. Just a great, great man. Yeah.
Well, Kevin, we thank you so much for your time today. If you could give a website or a location for Frank Steiner.
Oh, Frank's Diner, Kenosha.com, or just like us on Facebook at Frank's Diner. And hope to see you, like I said, when this whole quarantine is lifted and everyone can get back together. It'd be great to see you all.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Kevin, thanks so much for talking with us today. And
Sure.
We'll stop on by Frank's Diner.
Thanks. See you, Jason.